Hi, this is Terrell, graphic recorder and creator of Frame the Message Inc. This is Picture This. Previously on Picture This, you learned how posters can influence, motivate, and inspire viewers to take action. In Module 2, Part 3, we'll explore why visuals have such an impact on us and the way we interact in the world. When you think of a literate society, what do you think of? Readers? Writers? People with the ability to interpret written or printed text. Knowing how to read and write is a critical skill, no doubt, for surviving in society. It's a skill we couldn't imagine ourselves without. But what does it mean to be visually literate? Visual language is all around us, yet we don't often stop to consider how we might master it. We are on the road to becoming visually literate from the moment we arrive. Infants do not learn to read and write right out of the womb, but they're perhaps the most visually literate souls on the planet. They learn to watch and observe months before they become verbal, and years before they become fluent in any written language. Visual literacy refers to the ability to interpret, negotiate, and create meaning from information presented in the form of an image. I've seen parents tap into visual literacy skills with their infants through the use of sign language to communicate. Marketers, they know how to tap into the magic of visual literacy in their advertising through logos, pictures, and visual design features. In classrooms, early learners can discover how to read through something known as environmental text. A visually literate person doesn't just appreciate the beauty in the images around them. They interpret images to help them deal critically with the world around them. So let's put your visual literacy skills to the test in this quick pre-assessment. What messages do these images portray? All of these are examples of visual images that convey a message. You recognize them immediately. They're universally and culturally known, and our brains will process these images faster than the text alone. The picture superiority effect we learned about in the introductory module is alive and well when it comes to visual literacy. Art museums contain some of the greatest examples of visual communication in human history. The Toledo Museum of Art has a great website acknowledging the value of visual literacy. Researchers, educators, and other professionals say that increasing one's visual literacy can actually improve creativity, critical thinking, achievement, empathy towards others, and even the ability to decipher technology. So, how can you improve your visual literacy quotient? Start with practicing visual metaphors. A metaphor is just a figure of speech that compares one thing to another. A visual metaphor uses an image rather than words to make the comparison. Just like reading and writing, this takes practice. Reading visual language requires interpreting the world around you. And writing in visual language means drawing to express what you see. Let's try a few so you can see what I mean. What visual metaphors do you see in these images? Here you might see care or concern for others. So let's create a visual metaphor representing care and concern. Let's try another. In this picture, I see joy. We can draw simple, iconic people simply expressing joy. Let's do one more. In this picture, I see a fork in the road, which makes me think of choices. When I think of choices, I think of decisions that are sometimes really hard to make, like having to choose between ice cream or cake. So see, you may be more visual than you think. Becoming fluent in the language of images isn't just about reading visual cues. It's also in creating and sending visual messages to others. As visual communicators, we have certainly evolved since the days of cave paintings and petroglyphs. However, there may be something to be learned from these ancient predecessors. Learning to draw a few simple images can also help to improve your visual quotient. Here are just a few simple icons to try mastering. Images help us to think deeply about our experiences. Most don't really require much artistry or flair, only the desire to use pictures to communicate an idea more clearly, which remind us that visuals can make a lasting impression on the heart, the mind, and the memory, all key to the process of learning and growing together. Visuals are the wave of the future. In Module 2, Part 4, we'll discover how visuals are shaping the worlds of education, business, and marketing.